Today I wanted to perform a minuet by Bach in the key of G minor, and it's actually part of a suite that contains multiple minuets as well as other pieces, and I believe that whole work is BWV 822, so that's what piece I'm going to be performing here. Just the first minuet, it's the one that's in G minor, and I'm going to be performing that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of different books I have up here. We've got Hanon and we've got Well-Tempered Clavier, but I really wanted to talk here about these two. The version I'm performing out of is this book. This is Pressure Collection Bach, First Lessons in Bach, as you can probably see there, and this is from like 1890. And the main discrepancy I wanted to talk about is that sometimes in these books, First Lessons in Bach, number 6 in the book is not always the same song. Number 6 in my book, as well as this book up here, which is the same basic thing, is the minuet in G minor. It's, I believe, the first one in that suite. But sometimes number 6 is not the one in G minor. It's actually, sometimes I've seen it be the one over here in G major, which in this book is number 7. So sometimes number 6 is number 7, and I don't know where this number 7 goes in some of the other books. Maybe it becomes number 6 or number 8 or something, I don't know. But so if you have a version of this book and you're following along with it, don't just assume that number 6 is going to be the same as my number 6. Make sure you confirm that it is indeed. It does have 2 flats, it is in the key of G minor, and it does sound like this. So that's just one thing I wanted to mention. And another thing I thought was kind of interesting is that while these books are really similar, they're both First Lessons in Bach. In fact, they're both compiled and fingered by the same guy, Walter Carroll. There's actually some discrepancy on the tempo of this piece, which I found kind of interesting. This one here says to play it at quarter notes equals 120, and this one, which is a very nice speed, it's a little bit slow, but it's just a pretty good speed for the piece. But this one, let me find it and make sure I'm correct. Yes, it says that quarter notes are supposed to be at 100, which is a lot slower, and it makes it sound like you're practicing the piece rather than performing it. So I think 100 is kind of slow for this piece. 120, which is in that book, is a much better speed for me, and it's also more along the lines of how other people will perform it. So I just thought that was kind of funny that there's a tempo discrepancy by 10 beats per minute by the same guy. And this one is from 1850, in case you were curious, and this one here is from 1890, approximately thereabouts. I'm not sure there's exact dates, but I think that's about when these books were written. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. But by now, you probably wonder what the song sounds like, so let me get around to playing that for you, and I hope you enjoy it. So hopefully you enjoyed that performance of that minuet in G minor, as well as a little bit of the history about the piece and kind of the discrepancies that can be found in books. It's kind of interesting that, you know, Bach music is so old that over the years many people have come up with different, not only arrangements of pieces and different keys and stuff for various instruments, but also just different interpretations of the piece, different tempo markings, different dynamic markings, because of course Bach wouldn't have had his own dynamics. People have added those in over the years. So many different versions will have many different, subtly different interpretations. So it's just something I wanted to talk about in the book, because sometimes someone will come along and say that someone's playing a piece too slow or too fast, but sometimes it's just what their version of their sheet music told them to do, and they're just following along with that. So I just wanted to talk about that. Now, if you hear from the video that I did that's the tutorial, I hope you found the performance to help you, and you kind of understand how the piece goes, and it helps you to practice on your piece better at home. And also, if you're just here to enjoy the performance, I really hope you did enjoy the performance. And if you want to know how this piece can go, and if you want to learn the piece, I have a tutorial video, like I just mentioned, about this piece. So if you want to learn this piece, and you just kind of want to use the help of my videos, feel free to go check out the tutorial on this piece, and I hope that helps you. And I also hope that you enjoyed this video, because if you do that, make sure to go ahead and give it a like. And if you want to subscribe, make sure to do that as well. And if you do subscribe, also make sure to hit the notification bell to be informed of all of my future uploads, whether they're performances and tutorials or awesome reviews of really cool keyboard instruments like pianos, harpsichords, organs, and all kinds of cool stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.